Have you ever had that conversation where if you really want to be successful, you want to live Namibia? Yes, I'm sure we have heard it all. Youth unemployment is so high, opportunities are minimal, bureaucracy and red tape is so heavy. Towns like Gobabis and Windhoek is so small and so behind for creatives like us, for example, to thrive, right? Surprisingly, we thought the same. At some point, we also considered having to relocate. We've always dreamed of living in a city or a space where influencers worked with 50 plus corporate clients, travel to 30 lodges and get paid for it, partnered and endorsed over 100 products, both locally and globally. Back then, it seemed quite impossible for us. But here's the plot twist. What if I had told you that those numbers are our reality? We used to say it would be nice to have 200,000 followers. But now we're saying it is nice to actually have 200,000 followers. To put that into perspective, that is 1/3 of Windhoek's population. And where we are coming from, we only have 30,000 people. So that for us is an achievement.
Yeah.
So you do not need to leave home to launch big. Use your logo, Launchpad, to go global. Back when we started in 2013, trust me, there was no digital roadmap in Namibia. Neither were there any content creation masterclasses offered, right? Nor did we have any marketing degree. All we had was a phone, two matching outfits, and bold ideas. Over time, quite often we were overlooked, rejected, told, ah, you guys are just doing this for fun, looking all glamorous, posting pictures. But instead, we kept posting, we kept sharing, and we kept building. Over time, our campaigns, our content started becoming campaigns. Our posts started becoming partnerships. And our passion started becoming paychecks, right? But most importantly, our journey became proof that Namibian creatives can be seen, can be valued, and can be paid. Our mentor, Mr. Harry Musumuko, in absentia, I'm so sad he's not here, says, and I quote, if the explorers of the old could use the stars to navigate the world, who are we to wait for the stars to align so we can begin our journeys?
Come on.
What are we waiting for, ladies and gentlemen? So the lesson here is there is no perfect moment, and really there is no perfect moment. The only perfect moment there is your decision to start. So when you start, you need something that fuels your passion, right? And that is purpose. When we started, we had no purpose. We didn't know what we were doing. We found it through serving, and this is how. So we were given a task to start and manage our social media for our church. Sorry. And in,
Trust levels.
and in doing so, we found our purpose. No pay, no recognition, just service. Years later, we launched local products with a marketing agency, to mention a few: Vigo, Sensation, King Poloni, if you can recall. And that was the foundation for our brand. That is where it all started. But let's not forget, COVID happened in this time. For many, it was a setback, but for us, it was the setup. This was our breakthrough. When travel was banned, our creativity accelerated to another level. We collaborated with dozens of brands in this time, and it was genuinely our breakthrough. So, what we have learned in this time is passion does not bear fruit immediately, it grows in learning, resilience, as well as
Strength.
strength. So, yes, the lesson here is when you serve, you see. And when you serve, you stretch. And when you serve, you discover. So, after you have stumbled upon your purpose like we did, it is important that you build, but build with intention, right? Most of you see the perfectly curated post and the reels and the smiles and the what, right? On Instagram and on Facebook. But what you don't see are the Google Docs behind every reel, the proposals behind every campaign, and also just that one yes email after you have sent 10,000 of them, right? I remember when we had a conversation in 2018, I had asked my twin sister just before we started shooting a reel, what would possibly happen if we start taking this seriously, my sister? And we did. Right? We did. We then designed a media kit. We then drafted so many different proposals. We were like, hey, we are coming for you. We are gunning you down.
We are girls.
Right? At first, we were told, no, there is no budget. No, this is not the time. We are not working with influencers now. Try again next year. You need to submit your proposal last year for this year. So many different stories that just did not have any ending. Right? But every no made us stronger. It wasn't easy. Neither was it glamorous. Sure, it was probably the hardest thing we did during our journey, right? But we pushed through. Every no, like I had said, made us stronger, right? And the lesson is that intention does not set you apart, talent does. I always ask people, what's the one thing you can go about for 30 minutes, right, without having to read a manual or a guide? That thing that you are thinking about, that is your superpower. So master it.
So with intent, like she has alluded earlier, you need to build systems that work for you. For us, we may be twins, but we are two different, complete people, opposites in every way imaginable, which is surprising, right? Because you would think, you think the same thing. Twin telepathy. Is that even a real thing? Yes, it is. But we are two opposites completely. So, one is the creative director in this relationship. She comes up with all the concepts, all the visuals, and the other, of course, is the spokesperson. She is pitching to brands and she negotiates contracts. However, one does the administration and other one does the strategy. But put us together in one room, then you have one adult. But put us in two different rooms, then you will have two confused human beings. So, our journey has been long and it wasn't easy. One resides in Gobabis, as you all know, she is the plus Macy, and I reside in Windhoek. Of course, I'm the city girl. Long story short, every week, however, she would pack her bag, or I would, well, sometimes, and travel to my twin, my other partner, other half,
Your bestie?
my bestie, and we would meet each other halfway between distance and our dreams. And this happens every other weekend. And that is how we create our content. So, what did we learn from this? You rise to the level of your goals, but you immediately fall to the level of your systems. So, systems are very important. And in doing so, we set up our systems in such a way that it works for both of us. Shared calendars, clear goals, and clear ambitions. We know what we want, and that's what we are striving for. So, in conclusion, systems build your progress, and by doing so, even distance doesn't have to intervene by all means.
So let's circle it back to the question, do you really need to leave Namibia to be successful? Anthony D'Angelo once said, and I quote, wherever you go, whatever the weather may be, always bring your own sunshine. No?
That's right. So, thriving does not need the perfect conditions. You just need to be prepared, and that's it. That's all you need to do when opportunity knocks.
You don't say, wait, give me a minute. You literally jump and say, I'm ready, so let's go. Let me put my shoes on, let's go. But here is how we got ready. Number one, just start. Don't wait for the stars to align. Just start messy. Start today. Just begin. Number two, discover your passion. That way you can serve yourself into purpose. Number three, be intentional, right? Did I not mention that before? And I'm going to say it again. Structure your talent into strategy. And last but not least, build systems because systems sustains success. And that's right. We thank you.